So structure and content. So when you are meeting with them like once a week, or this could be either one-on-one or it could be a group, right? So we'll talk about that in a second as well, how we do it. So first thing, just check in how things are, what's going on in your life, share something about yourself. And then you want to focus on, something that will help them grow, like the motivation component, right? Something that will be tied to Allah, the rewards and the benefits of worshiping Allah, the prayers and so on and so forth, and the consequences of neglecting it, discussing about what their goals were and so on and so forth. So the 4 pillars are here. Now we'll dig into each of these pillars. So for motivation and inspiration, okay, so we'll go through that New Muslim Starter Pack that I mentioned to you before. So even when you look at it, the first thing that you can do, even in your first meeting, is subscribe them to some social media. So this way, because sometimes if your first meeting may be your last meeting for a few weeks, right? They may not come or they may be busy with their life. But hopefully, if you get them to subscribe to a few good channels, which I'll recommend on their social media, then it will be coming, there will be some sort of Islam that will be, inshallah, coming to their screens. We'll show you about the du'as and supplications. That could be a simple habit. Just talk to Allah. Just listen to these du'as in the morning or in the evening, even for 5 minutes. I'll show that to you in a second. And then you are inviting them to come on either a one-on-one or a group. So what we do right now is, for example, alhamdulillah, within our group, we have 3 mentors who run group calls. So I do, for example, Monday night. There's another brother who does like Wednesday evening, but relatively earlier than mine, like 7 p.m. Another brother is doing like 10 a.m. in the morning on Sundays. So now we have these 3 group call options, and sometimes there may be just 1 person showing up, 2 people, 3 people, and you can have these discussions as a group, and you can talk about, the goals and so on and so forth. Other thing that you can do on motivation is you can teach them the basic courses. So we will show you, we have 3 options, like New Muslim Academy has the basic courses, IRA has a basic New Muslim course, Islamwise has a basic New Muslim course. So whichever you like, you can pick them up and you can actually download the material and then teach them, or watch the videos together and then discuss. And if they're motivated enough, then you can also assign them that, okay, you know what, this week you go ahead and you actually go through this subhanAllah, you go through this module, and then we'll discuss what you learned in this module next week. So that could be a delegation and assignment as well. That would depend on if the person is motivated or not. Other things that you can do similar to that is focusing on who is Allah, help them understand who is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what does worshiping Him means, and knowing that, look, if you worship Allah, it's not that you will be like successful in this world. And there are some really famous hadith and the Quranic ayah that can help you encourage to encourage them to worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and relying on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala properly. So these are just here for you to have something handy. So beautiful things to look at, inshallah. Okay, so now let me actually show you the New Muslim Starter Pack and cover the motivation component of it. Let's see. Okay, so this is a New Muslim Starter Pack, right? That I would typically use with them in the first call. I mentioned this in module 4. Okay, so here's our strategy. So you're open about that strategy, right? So motivation and inspiration is what we are talking about right now. And here is a simple playlist for du'as. So it has morning and evening du'as in Arabic, as well as with the subtitles in English. And just the du'as in English are there as well, with very beautiful translation. So that could be something that they may benefit from, that encourages them how to talk to Allah, how to ask Allah. So when I was talking about the social media, here are things, look, I'm not going for really academic stuff, just the basic stuff that will keep them motivated, that will show them the basics, the inspiration, small short videos, content more relevant to new Muslims and someone starting to practice. So I would probably suggest, like in your first meeting, get them to subscribe to some of these. Most people are on Instagram or YouTube, so you can utilize that to get it on their feed, on their feeds. Yes. So these are the 3 courses that I mentioned, right? So these are online courses that you can pick whatever you like, or you can delegate. You can create your own account, or you can create an account on their behalf and use the same email and password, because most of these courses might require you to be a new Muslim. The other thing for motivation is you can get them these apps, so they are not distracted with YouTube and the ads and the whole bunch of videos that come, but these are focused app on Islamic content that they can use, and they can have this habit that, look, I'm just going to spend like 10 minutes a day and I will just maybe watch a video or two on this. If they are more of a reader, then they can also use the New Muslim Guide PDF that kind of walks them through different areas within the New Muslim for a new Muslim. So if they're not like into reading, so these are good options, right? So they can subscribe to podcast where they can actually listen to the Quran being recited in the Arabic language as well as the English language. So even while they're driving or while they're doing other things, they can actually listen to the Quran and understand what Quran is about. Okay, so these are some of the things that you can do. You can pick whatever you like, right? And then depending on the new Muslim itself, himself or herself, different things may be valuable. And when you're having those weekly sessions with them, as I said, one-on-one or group, you can utilize any of that. Other options that you can do for the group classes are as follows. Let's go back to our slides. Yes, so Quran studies. So you want to emphasize that the Quran is the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's the cure for physical ailments. It's the cure for spiritual ailments. It's the key for success and happiness. And when you're reading the verses, we are focusing not on the ahkam, or is this halal or haram? Is this permissible, impermissible? Because you cannot do that with just one verse. You're focusing on these things. Like, what does it tell me about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? What is the promise of Allah in this verse? What quality is this talking about? Do I have the quality? How do I do in terms of that quality? Do I have a strong element of that quality or a weak element? How can I increase that quality in my life? And so on and so forth. So to help you with that, there's a webinar we did, how to connect with Quran. It kind of shows you all the different websites and apps that the converts can use to keep in connection with Quran. I have some videos in a playlist where we are having those type of discussion with the converts, and we are focusing on the questions that I shared with you. I've also prepared like a document, and it's an ongoing thing. So if you, let's say, pick up Juz 29 and you need some pointers to discuss with them, I'm compiling a list of reflection items that you can discuss with them that will be helpful to empower them. And there's a video series that I'm doing of Juz 29 reflections. So these can be aids for you to be able to teach them. And if you want more, then there's more details and, Surah Al-Kahf and other resources if you want to teach more Quran to them, again, from an understanding and reflections perspective. So this is about our motivation. So you have a whole bunch of different things that you can provide for them for motivation. Now, I'm going to show you one more thing. So you can use these slides when you're mentoring them, or you can go through our New Muslim Success Manual, which I will show you later, but right now I just want to show you something in there. So if I just search for motivation, so you see whatever I've said to you is kind of captured here, right? So you have it as in your manual as well. E-courses, Quran, Hadith, Riyadus Salihin, how to connect with Quran webinar, videos with convert coaches, Quran with converts, and things like that. So it's all handy for you if you look at our New Muslim Success Manual. We have also provided you with the username and password for one account on our New Muslim course. So if you don't want to create another account, you can just utilize that and download the slides and actually be able to show it to them. So this is our section on what you can do with 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes to motivate and inspire your new Muslims. Okay, so let me put in the link for the slides, inshallah, in the chat again, and it will also be available in the recordings. If you're watching the recording, in the description, you will see the slides, but I will also put it in the chat right now. So that covers our motivation section.